rough day today, so please bear with me. We are going to get done with our 45 minutes of working out. I did not record a video because today we're talking about the FICO and what's the difference between FICO and a Vantage score. And it's just nothing I think that I need to share on the screen. And I really want to get this workout done before I don't do it, if I could be honest, okay? So we're going to do our 45 minutes. I have the 30 questions. Let's go through the 30 questions. This is something that's mandatory with walking. If you guys have not gotten your credit reports, get your credit reports. This is that time where I said we got a few days. This is that lapse where it's like if you did your homework, you'll be good. You get to relax. This is that time where you guys get to relax because you did what you need to do. Somebody said that they were also having a problem getting their credit reports from annual credit reports for a TransUnion. If you guys are also having a problem, let me know. I can provide a free letter that you guys can send into the credit bureaus requesting your credit report. I would say try again. I told you guys that I had a problem getting my credit report, so if you guys have a problem also, definitely let me know, and I will provide you guys with a free letter that you can send to the credit bureaus requesting a copy of your credit reports. You can do it for all three credit bureaus, but I would rather you have them right now from annualcreditreport.com and have them digitally too. You can also request another one by mail, but I would rather you have them right now and have them digital. You can send them anywhere. You don't have to scan them in and have them digital. Again, you guys should have saved it in a Google Doc so that no matter where you're at, you can have access to it. So if you guys have a problem with that, make sure you guys get your credit reports. We're just talking about a FICO score and a Vantage score. That's it. Now, with these questions, to be honest, I'm just going to go through these questions. I'm not going to go too much into detail because I told you guys that I don't care too much about credit scores. I honestly don't. I want to know, can I get approved or not? And what I like to do is, I like to just make sure that my credit report is good. I think it was a guy where I really started learning that credit is deeper than what I thought it was. I think his name was like Corey P. Smith or something like that. Look him up. He talked about credit years ago. And I got on a call with him also years ago. And he talked about how, and it's true, I looked at credit differently ever since he said it. What's on your credit score is going to dictate what your credit score is going to look like. Make sure your credit report is good and your score is going to be good. So many people are so obsessed with a credit score, not knowing that somebody with a 650 can probably have better terms than somebody with a 750, depending what's on their credit score. Somebody with a 750 could possibly have some type of late payments, even if they're not recent. They can have late payments, but maybe they're authorized user on credit cards, so now their credit score got boosted up because of that. But somebody with 650, they got their own credit cards, nothing too extravagant, you know, but they don't have any late payments. Their credit report is clean. They're probably going to have better terms than that other person, but their credit score is it's manipulated, should I say. So I want you guys to understand, we caring about what's on our credit report. We're fixing our actual credit report, and we're understanding that we can't control our credit score as much as we think we can. We just can't. Our credit score is going to do this and that, go up and down, up and down, up and down. We just going to make sure our credit report is good so that when any of these companies decide to pull in our credit report and to formulate a score for us, we know that we're good, okay? If you guys haven't already, if you're watching this, this is day 5 of Strong in 75. Everybody here that's watching this, whoever been here, what we doing is we getting our mind, our body, and our credit together. And we giving it 75 days. By the end of this, we want our credit scores to go up a total of at least 180 points. 60 points per bureau. Very simple. I looked at a client's credit report and her credit scores did that. One of her credit scores went up 70-something points, and that was only 30 days. And that's because we did disputes. She got accounts deleted, but we're doing more than just disputes here. We're doing everything that got to do with credit, and we're doing it within a faster time frame. There is a workbook or a PDF where you guys can download it. You can work on it day by day. If you're looking at day 5, you need to go back to day 1 and you need to start there because it's stuff that we already did that you guys need to do. If you want to catch up, you can. You just have to do everything that we have done so far. Okay? Now, with this walking, drinking water, we're trying to make it all a habit. Where even after our 75 days, when we think we want to sit down, we can't because it's a habit now. We got a habit of walking or working out for 45 minutes. We got a habit of drinking water. Uh-oh, I'm about to fall. But drinking water and things like that is a habit now, okay? So, we already on day 5, y'all. I'm proud of us for being on day 5. Seriously, today was very tough for me. I'm still through it. I'm going to get through everything that I'm going through right now, but I'm still here. And I want to stay consistent, okay? I ain't got much to show y'all on day 5. I'm going to show y'all what happened with me today. But I just want to be honest to keep like a paper trail in a way too. Like just what's going on, be real. To show y'all that I'm still going no matter what. Okay? So, double check my thing today to show y'all what I did. One thing I did I was happy was I redid my nails with my daughter. We try to grow our nails out, so that's something that I did. That was awesome. I got some work done this morning, did some studying, especially with stocks. I did some studying on stocks, so good, okay? I'm happy. I'm planning on going forward. I'm going to continue to study. I want to say one more thing and then I'm getting these questions, okay? We're 6 minutes in. That's good. I had to catch an Uber to my car. My car was totaled. I had to catch an Uber to my car, and I'm like losing my mind or whatnot. And the Uber driver was like, you know what? I try to just have positive thoughts, and I said, listen, I'm on that same path. I started this because I told y'all like stuff is going on. I'm losing my mind a little bit. Got a lot of stuff going on. I let that be known already. And he said, hey, I'm reading this book right now called Atomic Habits. I got that same book in my office right now. So if y'all want something y'all need to read Atomic Habits, read The Compound Effect, because those are 2 great books. I knew Atomic Habits was good. I just never read it. I have it. I just never read it. So that's something I want to put on you all. As you start finding out that we ain't got that much to do every day. Especially those people that's inside of my credit membership where you're not personally doing any type of disputes. Pick up a book. When you have idle time, do something positive with it. Read 10 pages a day. I didn't want to incorporate reading, but I said, you know what? Let's focus on the main thing. I don't want to do too much. So if y'all got idle time, y'all got more time on your hands, pick up a book instead of going on social media. Get off of social media, pick up a book, and that book is going to be able to help you and save your life, okay? So let's get into these questions. I'm going to give me a quick little sip. I'm in my room, so I'm trying to get used to like this environment, having this in this corner, and you know, having my lights up and everything. I'm trying to get used to this, but I got me a little shelf here now. At least I made one. So let me give me a little sip. And then we're going to get into these questions. If y'all haven't already, go ahead and add my Strong in 75 playlist that's on YouTube. Add that to y'all YouTube channel so y'all can see the updates easily. Make sure y'all subscribe to it. Just look up my name, Rickita. You guys will find me, okay? Okay, so the first part is understanding the FICO versus the Vantage score. So what's the difference between the FICO and the Vantage score? So the difference between the FICO and the Vantage score is that they say the Vantage score is more of a fake score. It's not necessarily a real score. I have a whole thing called Credit 101 where I go over the different type of scores. And a lot of companies, when you guys go and get a loan, they're going to look at your FICO score. They're not looking at this Vantage score. That's more of a consumer score, where it's just a score that they give to us, like Credit Karma. Credit Karma is a Vantage score. It's a score that they give to us just so we can think what our credit score is like. But it's not a FICO score. So that's the thing about the FICO and the Vantage score. What's the difference between them? Why is my credit Karma score higher than what the bank says. Usually, when you look at your Credit Karma credit score, I always tell people that that credit score is going to probably be 30 to 50 points higher than what your FICO score is going to be. And that's why I tell people don't fall in love, because it may actually be lower. So I told you all that when I looked on Experian, my Experian credit, what my Experian app said, what my credit score is on Experian, that credit score is way higher than what's on Credit Karma. And that's not normal to me. So that was something that was like, what? You know, I told you guys that already. So usually when you go on Credit Karma, your credit score is going to look higher. But say if you want to go get a house, you want to go get a car, you apply for credit cards. Usually when you get some type of denial, because they'll deny you if they don't want to give you the credit card or house or the car, or sometimes even without a denial, they'll tell you what your credit score is when you get a house or a car. They'll tell you what it is. Usually not with a credit card, they won't tell you unless you deny it. But you'll usually see that that credit score is lower than what's on Credit Karma. Don't forget, Credit Karma is a Vantage score. I told you guys we got over 50 different credit scores, so don't take these credit scores serious. I'm telling you all this information about the Vantage and the FICO, but again, we're not going to take none of this stuff serious. In a sense, we're going to make sure that we don't have late payments on our credit reports, our balances is low on our credit reports, our utilization is good. We're going to make sure we don't, as I said, late payments. We're going to make sure we have a mixture of accounts. We got auto loans or installment accounts, credit cards. We're going to make sure we got 4 of those. No bankruptcies are reported. We make sure all this is done, because once all of that stuff is taken care of and we only got positive things, we're going to know our credit score is going to be high. Okay? So we're not playing too much into these credit scores. What score do lenders use? What score do lenders actually use? It really depends, because lenders are starting to get our credit reports and they formulate their own internal score. If you guys haven't known, like it's a credit union called Navy Federal. They a lot of times they have like an internal kind of score that they like to populate a lot of times. And like I said, a lot of scores we use FICO, but they got different kind of FICOs. That's why I really don't want to go too deep into it. But you can learn more about it, because they have one for when you're trying to get a mortgage, when you're trying to get a house, or a mortgage, or you're trying to get a car. They got different type of FICOs because they keep remaking the algorithm basically, and they have different FICOs, like FICO 7, FICO 8, FICO 9. They have different kind of FICOs, and they keep coming out with more. Okay, is FICO really more accurate than Vantage? It's not about it being accurate, y'all. It's about, let me put it like this. This is how I look at it. When you're applying for a credit card, for example, Discover, we got TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Discover is going to say, hey, I want to see your TransUnion credit report. Now, do that make it more accurate than your TransUnion? Does that make it more accurate because Discover wants to see that one? No, it don't make it more accurate. That's just what they want. Okay? So we can't try to say, hey, is the FICO more accurate or the Vantage? It's about what credit model they're going to use and that credit score. That's all it's going to be about. It's not about what's more accurate. Because like I said too, when you apply for something, you really don't know what they're going to use. You can have your credit scores, your FICO scores, apply for a credit card, and they got a different credit score on there than what you even had on your FICO. Because it's different FICOs too. So I like to tell people, just understand, looking on Credit Karma, just say, okay, this is going to be much higher, possibly, than what they're going to have when they pull it. So for those people that's trying to get a house, I say, hey, if you're trying to get a house, try to make sure your Credit Karma is like at a 680, because you know that you're going to be at a nice, you're going to be at a spot where you're not at like a 600 or a 620. You're going to know that you'll be past that threshold, instead of saying, oh, my Credit Karma at a 620. And then you go and apply for the mortgage, and they're like, oh, your credit score is at a 590. You like, no, my Credit Karma say 620. Just know that credit score is going to be higher. That's all I try to tell people. Okay? Can I trust Credit Karma at all? Credit Karma is a business, okay? And they made it a business for us to be able to look at our credit scores. I know a lot of times Credit Karma say that an account has been deleted from your credit reports and it really wasn't deleted sometimes, or they'll say an account has been added, but that account actually has been deleted already. Sometimes there's manipulation in your credit score. That information is being taken from the original source, TransUnion and Equifax, okay? They get that information from TransUnion and Equifax, and then they got their own little plug-in kind of system where they'll populate what's there and put all that stuff into their system with certain formulas. That's how they're able to easily tell you what your utilization is. Your credit report, if you look on annualcreditreport.com, that's your actual credit report. They don't say anything about, a lot of times, they don't say anything about a credit score a lot of times. All they do is say, this is the balance, and this is the limit, and they list all of your different accounts. Credit Karma go and get those credit reports, pull it all in, and they have a system that can populate all of these different things. Like, hey, these are your open accounts, these are your closed accounts, these are your inquiries. They bring all that stuff in their system and they kind of break it down. So I just want you to know that Credit Karma is not original source. It's a third party. It's a third party source. I know I've been doing my law classes, and it's something that we actually called it secondary source. Okay, it's a secondary source. That's what it's called. Oh, look at me doing my work. It's a secondary. It's not the actual source. It's secondary. Okay, because it's not the real information. Okay. So we went through 5 questions. We're at 16 minutes. Okay. Where can you find your FICO? So we talk about where can you find your FICO. Where can I check my FICO for free? You can at least see your Experian FICO for free on Experian app. We already have that. Look on there. That's what's your FICO gonna be, okay? Does Discover show a real FICO score? I don't know. I have my phone recording right now, so I really can't check. I really wouldn't know. I never tried to look at my credit score on Discover. I never cared about none of that stuff, y'all. I'm telling y'all. And for me to have a lot of credit cards and a lot of credit, I never really played into that. And I really don't want y'all to start getting into that. Start looking at all these places at a million different scores. Do you got late payments? Okay, remove them. Okay? What's your utilization looking like? Fix it. Okay? Do you got at least 4 credit cards? Okay, if you don't, fix that. If you fix these different things, your score is going to be good. It's the formula of what you need to have. You know, we already talked about how our payment history is 35% of our credit score. So that means late payments automatically is knocking you down. You don't need to know, oh, what my score is. Oh, dang, I got late payments. If I remove my late payments, my credit score can go up. That should be the thought that you should have, okay? But I don't get into it because, you know, a lot of these credit card companies say, hey, we're going to provide you your score. I remember when I had Capital One before, Capital One provided the score. Then they came out with the credit wise, and you could check the credit wise. Then I think they made it free to everybody, unless it's been free to everybody, and I was so ignorant with credit at the time. I didn't know it was free to everybody. But don't get into trying to look at scores. Please don't. We're going to look at, right now, we're going to look at our Credit Karma, that's free, and we're going to look at our Experian, that's free. We're going to make sure we bring those up, because I feel like if we bringing those up, that means it's some information on our credit reports that's changing, which is going to change everything, okay? That's how I'm going to look at that. Which credit cards offer a free credit score, a free FICO score? I'm not sure. If I say credit scores in general, I know Wells Fargo offer it, Discover offer it, Navy Federal offer credit score. I even seen some of these smaller companies offer a credit score. But again, we ain't gonna get tied into this score thing. I remember I was so obsessed with score. It's not where, trust me, it's not where you need to be more about scores. I had plenty of people that come to me, they have a 780 credit score because they became an authorized user on somebody's credit card. They got a $20,000 credit card, or they paid $2,000, $1,500 to be an authorized user on somebody's credit card, which brought their credit score up, them not their real accounts. Their credit score is high, but they still can't get approved because the companies don't like the actual data on the credit reports. They know these are authorized user accounts. They know that's why your credit score is high. They take what's on your credit reports and bring it in, and they don't like it. Okay? So don't get tied up with this credit score. Can I find my FICO score on the Experian website? Yes, and you can actually get all 3 FICO scores from Experian. Will checking my FICO score hurt my credit? No, it should not. Anytime that we check our credit scores or our credit reports, it should not hurt us. Only time it hurt us and you find out what your FICO score is if you apply for credit. You know, usually on the denial, they'll say, hey, this is your credit score and this is the bureau that we got it from. That's the only time that it's going to hurt us, because you got a hard inquiry. And we're going to get into hard inquiries. I think we're going to talk about removing hard inquiries and fraudulent inquiries, and I have a free inquiry removal letter that you guys can use, and I'm going to tell you guys how to remove those inquiries from your credit reports. Y'all might get 20-point increase from that, but every little point counts. Remember, we trying to get 60 points per bureau, so every little point counts, okay? But we're going to get into inquiries. We got 2,000 steps, and I'm sweating, y'all. We almost at a mile, 0.7 miles, and we're 21 minutes. Ooh, I'm spitting. We're 21 minutes in. Okay, so how do scores impact your approval? So this is question number 11. What score range do I need to get approved for a credit card? I tell people at least have a 580, because there's some credit scores that's out there for you. So I seen a comment where, you know, my YouTube channel, I talk about all the credit cards. What my goal is every year I give you an updated review on all of the credit cards. So since January, every day I've been putting out a video about some credit card. There's no way you can't get a credit card. On my website, I have all of the credit cards listed. If there's a credit card out there or a company out there, I'm pretty sure you'll find on my website called Rickita.com. Go to Rickita.com and click the search bar at the top, like a little search, and type in a credit card, type in Apple, type in Discover, type in Navy Federal. I'm pretty sure you'll find that company, those companies out there, and then those credit cards out there. Somebody put in my comments that, oh, she talk about even credit cards for people with very low credit scores. Yes, I do. I even talk about like the reflex card, the bird cards, ones I would never want y'all to get. And I try to discourage y'all in the video, but I want y'all to be aware of these predatory credit cards, you know, ones that's going to give you $120 annual fee. I still talk about it. I make a video about it. So I don't care what your credit score is. You could probably even get you a credit card with a 530, 550. And don't forget, they got secure credit cards. So if your credit score is that low, they're giving you a chance. It's still a credit card. This is not that specific if you think about it. What range do I need to get approved for a credit card? You know, when you go high, you're already good. I want to know how low can we go. Just a credit card. We never said unsecured or secure. A credit card. You can get a credit card with a very low credit score. You just need to know where to find these credit cards. So if you don't have the best of credit, when you guys go to my website, Rickita.com, scroll down. I have the best credit cards for bad credit, the best credit cards to build credit, the best credit cards where you can pre-qualify without a hard inquiry. That means they're going to tell you yes or no without a hard inquiry. There's so many different credit cards on there. The best credit cards for students, for traveling, for cash back. I have those lists on there, okay? So you can go all the way down to a 500 credit score and get a credit card. And you can get a home too with 500 credit score, believe it or not. What FICO score is considered good? So I never got into the good, because they have like the good, very good, excellent. They have all of those different ranges. I would suggest you guys look that up. But to me, where I came from a place where nobody had credit, nobody used credit, nobody knew about credit. People didn't look at their credit scores. So to me, a good credit score is a credit score that lets you get you a house. And when I say get a house too, don't get no crazy interest rate. You get you a house at a decent interest rate. You get you a car, and you can get almost any credit card you want. To me, that's a good credit score. A great credit score is where not only are you getting all these amazing things, but we don't need you to put no money down, and we're going to give you a great interest rate. And we're going to give you a bonus for signing up. That's great. That's excellent. But I would say that a lot of people should, my number I always tell people to aim for at least is a 680. That's what I say. Try to get there. 620 is fair to me. Like, okay, you good. You can get your house, car, and all that with 620. That's where I tell people to aim for. But it could be different. They got a whole little, you know, FICO is a whole company, y'all. They got their own little thing going on where they'll let you know, hey, this is what we consider. So y'all can look that up and see what they consider good. Will lenders deny me based on my Vantage score? They not looking at Vantage score. Vantage score is more of a consumer score. You're going to apply for something thinking, oh, my credit karma is this. They're not looking at that. So I don't think they're going to deny you based off of your Vantage score. They're going to deny you too based off of what's on your actual credit reports. Keep that in mind, what's on your actual credit reports. Okay? Do car dealers use FICO or something else? They do use FICO, but they got a different form of FICO for car dealers. For car loans, I meant to say. So, yes, they are going to use FICO, but they got a different form of it, okay? Can I get a mortgage if my credit karma says 680? I told you I can get a mortgage at a 500 credit score. So yes, you got to put more money down, and you got to have more assets, more money in the bank. But yes, you can do it. You can definitely do it at a 680. So we're at a mile, 26 minutes in. That's not bad. So we 26 minutes in. So what's that, about 75 minutes? If we was doing a 5K, which y'all see, I have my 5K coming up. I can't wait to be able to do it. This is one of the funner ones too, because I get to eat at this one. All of my runs, when I go do runs, I like to find the ones that, you pay for it, but they put money into it. Like, you get unlimited snacks and food at the end. I love those runs. I really do love those runs. You get all the little snacks. Like, I like to do the Christmas run and take the kids, and we get all the little snacks at the end. They give you a huge giant cookie, chocolate milk and stuff like that. I love those kind of runs. But this one's gonna be nice. Make sure y'all check it out. I really don't want to talk about it beforehand because I don't know. I don't want nobody showing up. I really don't. I'll be terrified. As much as I'm like, oh yeah. On social media, if I see one of y'all in person, y'all just normally say something to me, I would freak out. I remember years ago when I started doing videos, I was in New York with my kids. This was years ago, before I even had YouTube and all this stuff. Some lady, my son dropped his shoe in the stroller. Some lady picked it up. It was like, here, Rickita. I was like, what the heck? My uncle was like, she know you? She know you? I'm like, I don't know her. I'm scared. Let's go. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it ahead of time, but you guys will see it afterwards, after I do it. But what I was trying to say before I even went into that tangent, we can be at about an hour with walking. Mind you, I told y'all I'm gonna be running. A lot of times if I do keep a pace like this with walking, I listen to my music, I put a podcast on. And if I was to walk, I still do at least 30-second little jog or hour jog. I told you a minute jog. I can't run right now. I'm not authorized to be able to run. But, well, I'm not cleared, should I say, to run. But I would do a little run. And then I did something called Couch to 5K. I usually put that on too because that's what taught me how to do my 5Ks. So I find one that's comfortable. Maybe I'm running for 4 minutes and then I walk for a minute. Run for 4 minutes, I walk for a minute. And I get where I need to go. But still at this pace is decent. You finish your run. You get a medal just like everybody else. Maybe you don't place. I never care about placing. I told y'all that half a marathon missed my leg. I never cared about things like that. But y'all should probably really look into runs though. It was really nice. Give y'all something to do, stay committed to. I really do love them. Okay, let me get my sip. We halfway through with the questions. And we in about 30 minutes, so we got 15 minutes to get through 15 questions. This is how I like it. Do a lot of talking, and we'll be up out of here before we know it. Okay, should I track both the FICO and the Vantage score? We are doing that. In our journals, we already tracking that. We're tracking the Vantage with Credit Karma and a FICO with Experian. We already doing that, but we only doing it because it's free. I wanted to make it where everybody can get in. You don't necessarily need to have a certain credit. I want to say credit score. You don't need to have to spend money to know it. You know, it's free already. The Experian app is free and Credit Karma is free. How often does my FICO score update? It can update twice a day, 3 times a day. You know, every day. Your FICO credit score update when something changes on your credit reports. So with me, I think I got like over 17, 18 different credit cards. All of them gonna have to report. So you know, at least 16 days out of the month. So every other day, something updating on my credit report. It is what it is, okay? But every time a company update, usually once a month, that's when your FICO score is changing. If there's something that's changing on your credit report, basically, that's when your FICO score is updated. What causes my FICO score to drop overnight? Well, I don't know what overnight means, but I would say this. If I was to think about overnight, I would think about like this stuff just happened overnight. To drop, you maxed out your credit card and they just reported it on your butt. That's something that can drop it. You got a few inquiries, but that's gonna happen instantly. Inquiries gonna drop your credit score right then and there, instantly. You got a collection added to your credit report. You got a late payment added to your credit score. Your credit report. That's gonna drop it. Those are the things that's gonna make it drop overnight. Like it just happened quick. Like, dang, I didn't even know I had this collection. Yeah, because it was added yesterday. It was added overnight. You know, it was added today. It was added this morning. You know, those are the things that's going to drop it. Oh, my credit score dropped. Yeah, you just got a late payment. Yeah, your credit card just reported your balance, and it was very high for your limit. So your utilization was bad. It dropped your credit score. But it's the opposite, too. Think about the opposite. You know, you got a late payment. It dropped your credit score. You got a late payment removed. It increased your credit score. Okay? You maxed out your credit card, it dropped it. You paid off your credit card, it increased it. Okay? You had a collection added to your credit report, it dropped it. You removed that collection, it increased it. Same thing, okay? Can I set up alerts when FICO score changes? Yes, and if you have Experian, which we should already, on the Experian app, if you allow notifications, I don't allow notifications because Experian started to go wild. I don't allow notifications on my app unless it's about stocks, so I can get alerts on certain things so I can continue to learn more about it. My bank accounts, things like that basically. It's something urgent. I don't allow notifications, but if you allow notifications, Experian, Credit Karma, they'll let you know about different score changes. Now, they say only FICO, so Experian, they'll let you know about score changes, but sometimes they be texting you, message you with alerts about random things. And with my life being so busy, I don't like alerts because I already have kids stepping me on my shoulder. I have a business, I have employees. I have a lot of stuff. I don't want alerts on my phone. I want to be alerted when something is serious. I can't be alerted 5 times a day. 5 times a day. Or I can't, about frivolous things, I cannot. Because they'll make me lose my mind. I'll be overstimulated and I'll be like, you know what, this is too much. Okay. What's a good habit for monitoring my real score each month? That real score thing. I hope that y'all understand this when I say real score now. That y'all realize it's not a such thing as a real score now, right? Like, what's my real score? I don't know. Nobody knows, okay? Everybody got a different score. And go to Experian, y'all will see that they have the different scores there. And they all gonna be different. Okay, well, which one to pick? It depends on what you're applying for and who's getting it. That's how you're gonna know what your real score is. But we already did something very simple, right? I forgot if that was day 1 or 2, where what we did was We set an alert. We put something in our calendar to remind us every month, hey, it's time to check your credit score. And I believe we're supposed to check it. Well, I put in mind I'm going to check it every first of the month. That's what I put in mind. I don't know what day y'all picked. Y'all probably picked the 15th. Y'all probably picked right after majority of your credit cards report, you know. I don't know what y'all picked, but y'all should have already had done that. But that's a good habit. Just following that, you're going to check your credit scores and you'll check your credit reports anyway. That's a great habit. Okay, so now we are 20 questions down. We got 10 more minutes to go. Okay. Why is my experience score different than my Equifax score? They may have different things reporting. This is what it is. Sometimes I see people applying to be an authorized user on somebody's credit card. They'll report on TransUnion and Equifax, and then it ain't even on experience. So that means your experience score is going to be lower now because they don't have that extra boost of another account being reported. When we go ahead and start disputing these collections, charge-offs, bankruptcies, late payments, and stuff like that, we got to talk to 3 different bureaus. Each bureau will make a decision on whether they want to remove it or not. So if TransUnion remove that collection and Equifax doesn't, that means your TransUnion score is going to most likely be higher than your Equifax. It's just different things are going to be reported on your different credit reports. I hope you guys understand that. Should I apply for credit if I only know my Vantage score? Yes. Don't overthink this, y'all. If you look at your credit score, why do we need to say that? So I told y'all on my website, I have something called the pre-qualified with no hard inquiry. That means they're going to tell you yes or no without giving you a hard inquiry. You don't even need to know what your credit score is. Go ask them for a credit card and they're going to tell you yes or no. They're going to find out what your credit score is. You don't even have to say, oh, I got a 680. They may not give it to me. Let them determine that, okay? So you definitely don't even need to know what your Vantage score is. It's like over 45 different accounts there. Even personal loans there that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. So I tell people, hey, listen, go pre-qualify without a hard inquiry. That's what my go-to is. I don't want to apply for no credit that's not going to tell me yes or no without a hard inquiry. I'm past the days of applying for credit. Only time I do that is if I'm right there in front of the banker that's going to approve me. I'm at a credit union, small credit union, where they don't have an internal system that do approval. It's an actual person. Other than that, I'm doing a pre-qualification with no hard inquiry. I'm telling y'all, that is the actual trick to me, to making sure that you get the credit card you want, because you can apply for 20 of those and hope that 4 of them hit, because I tell you I have at least 4 credit cards. And I would say apply in the order where you want them. So if you say, okay, listen, I want to get the Walgreens credit card, then I want the Apple credit card, then I want to get this Discover credit card. You just put them all in the order what you want. You can just apply, starting at the top. And once you say, okay, I'm at 4, you can decide, are you addicted? If you want to get some more credit cards, or are you going to say, you know what, that's enough. I had enough. Because you can always double back and get those other credit cards later on, because you're going to find out when your credit score is lit, they're going to all say yes. And they're going to give you high limits. How would I know what version of FICO lenders use? A lot of times you just don't know, to be honest, unless you ask them. Are there different type of FICO scores? I told you there is. Is there a FICO score 9 or a FICO 10? Yes, there is. We're 38 minutes in, 39 minutes now. So let's get through our last 5 questions. We're on question number 26. Don't forget, once this 45 minutes is up, because I'm very happy that I'm even here, I have yet to totally get used to this. This is something that's new to me. I just bought this to be able to do these with you guys. I know I needed the 75 days. I know I needed the accountability, and I knew how much this would help people and even help myself too. It's all new to me, but once my 45 minutes hit, I'm getting down, okay? I'm getting down, I'm getting in the shower, I'm cleaning my room. I'm gonna upload this video and I'm gonna go to sleep because I had a tough day and I need to like reset my brain, okay? I need to reset my brain. Well, I gotta do one more thing, which is, oh, I don't know if I told you guys, it's official. I can officially say I have a settlement with Experian. Clap for me. Me and Experian had came to terms on the settlement, so I'm about to sign my settlement papers with Experian. Cheers. Can't wait till y'all sign y'all papers next. Again, I can't talk about nothing about it, but yes, we settled. So I'm about to sign my papers. They didn't play no games with me, which is good. I'm about to sign my papers, and then I'm going to file that paper that I need to file with the courts and get that out of the way. So that's what I'm going to do after this. But yeah, I'm very, very happy about that. Very, very happy. I'm going to pick it up just a little bit. All right. Did you find your FICO score yet? Yeah, we all found our FICO score. When we got that Experian app, that was our FICO score. We found it. Where did you check it from? We checked it on the Experian app. That Experian gonna have our FICO. Y'all can pay Experian for all 3 of your FICO scores and all 3 of your credit reports if you want to. They'll charge you every month for it, but I don't think we need it. I'd rather y'all put that money, like I told you, I'm working on my utilization. I don't want to spend $24 a month or $29 a month for, Experian to get that FICO. I don't want to. I don't need to. And I don't want you guys to do it either. So that's why I said we're doing a Credit Karma and we're going to do the Experian app. Was your FICO score higher or lower than you expected? It was higher. Remember I said my Experian score was higher than it was on Credit Karma? What's going on around here? It was higher. What's your plan for tracking your real score from now on? Remember, we checking every month. I'm all into credit, so I'm gonna be checking my credit scores daily because I'm all in on mine, y'all. All of us checking our credit scores daily right now, but I'm gonna continue. I always did this. I used to always check my credit score. I was always obsessed. Me and my friend Jasmine, we got so into credit to the point where we were finding all of the places that would give us our credit scores. We was that addicted. Then I realized it ain't that serious. But I'm going to continue to check my credit scores daily from now on because that's kind of what I've been doing. I wouldn't say I fell off of it, but once you get all the credits you need, you don't need to be checking it every day. Are you going to apply for credit cards? Usually you check your credit score when you about to apply for a lot of credit. So say if we know, oh, I'm going to give me a car next month. Okay, well, all this month, we need to do all the tweaking we can do so when it comes next month, we can get the car that we want. We can get that loan that we want. So unless you can apply for something, you really don't need to be checking every day, okay? Okay, are you ready for tomorrow? Step in the challenge. Yeah, I'm ready for tomorrow's challenge. I'm ready to do what we got to do tomorrow, but make sure that you guys right now, make sure you guys have all of your credit reports, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. I told y'all if y'all not able to get y'all credit reports from annualcreditreport.com, you technically can download it from the Experian app, and you can still download your Credit Karma credit report. It's not the same with Credit Karma. Just click See Full Report at the bottom, and then print that or download that. I usually click print and then save to PDF or save as a PDF. I usually do that. It's not the same, but it's something to have right now because you can use that as a reference. That way, when we start getting into the disputes, you'll already be ready. I don't want you guys to be passed up, but stay on top of everything right now. We 1.64 miles in, 44 minutes in, so we're in our last minute. And I just want to make sure I leave you guys with this. Let you know that no matter what you guys are going through, you have to stay focused. You have to stay grounded. You cannot lay down, period. I don't care what's going on. You have to just continue to push through, and you guys are going to get through. That's one thing I know for sure. As much crazy stuff as I went through, I wouldn't even tell y'all about all the crazy stuff I've been through in my life. A lot of times stuff only got worse when I just gave up or I didn't do anything about it. When I said, you know what, I'm gonna fight back, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna continue to do that, I'm gonna do that, I always had better success. So I want you guys to have that type of mindset, okay? So if you felt like, oh, I didn't want to run today, or I didn't want to walk today, just get up and get at it. And I hope that years down the line, when I come back and I'm probably a lawyer then and I moved on with my life or whatever, we're 45 minutes in, y'all, that I can play these videos and then walk with myself for 45 minutes. I'll see you guys later.